This is the brief homily for the 6th of September. Please read the readings before listening to the homily. Suppose someone has picked up a discarded metal water boiler tea urn and they've scraped off the label that says "Pat test fail, do not use." The person who tested it cut off the plug so no one would use it, but you watch them wire a new plug onto it, and then you notice they're putting the yellow and green wire where the brown one ought to be. You know if they plug that in and touch it, it'll kill them. Do you say anything? If it's a person you love who's making that mistake, do you just think, "Oh, what an idiot, they'll be dead by the end of the day," and keep quiet? What if it's one of your children watching the other make that mistake and they don't say anything, and at the funeral of the child who dies, they say, "Oh yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but you know, she never would take advice"? How would you react to that? In that first reading, Ezekiel is warned how God will react if he watches someone who has chosen the wrong path and doesn't warn them about it. The prophet's role, expressing the parental love of God for the person who has made wrong choices, is to warn them that they are wrong choices. It's an expression of love. In that gospel, Jesus tells the apostles in a sort of disciplinary procedure for the early church that when a member of the church goes wrong, they're not to just shrug and do nothing. They're not to respond by just chucking them out of the church. No, there's this 4-stage process to try to correct the person, to bring them back to a way of life that will not put their soul in danger. It's an expression of love. That second reading reminds us that the whole moral teaching of the Bible, of the church, is just an adding of detail to one commandment, that we love one another. It's helping us to find what that looks like in practice, in concrete particular situations. There's an insight that was had by Protestant Reformation theologians, and it's an insight that's been welcomed throughout the church, that the 3 marks of a church are that it has word, sacrament and discipline. Word, that it reads and preaches about the Bible. Sacrament, that it nourishes and strengthens people with the sacraments. And discipline, that it expresses love for those who are going wrong and for others who might be damaged by them going wrong, by having discipline, by correcting faults. And whether that's the domestic church, a parent correcting a child, whether it's a bishop correcting a priest or a pope correcting a bishop, it's always an expression of love. I was going to finish there, but I thought maybe we just ought to add, God forbid that we should ever watch while someone we love puts their soul in danger and we just notice and say nothing. God preserve us from that.